Since the dawn of GTA Online, the police department has been at the forefront of all the chaos. Now whether that be a madman in the middle of the road with a minigun, or someone taking out their entire arsenal within the city, these poor men and women have been on the front line since the very beginning. So that is why for one whole day yes me, have decided to swap sides and see what it's like to be a police officer. I'll be fighting crime and trying to actually take out these pesky little swines. So why not tag along on the journey, and if you do enjoy today's video, as always, leave a like, subscribe, all that good shit. And with that said, let's just begin today's shift. My first case was to investigate a suspicious looking package that had been left at a popular location for criminals to hang out in. It was my job to head on over there, discover what the package was, and wait for it to be retrieved. So I put my foot down and stuck the car into 8th gear and arrived on site as quickly as possible. However, just seconds after I arrived at the location, a crook had already discovered what I was planning on doing and he tried to steal my car. I drove off, but as I did, he stuck a 9mm round into the back of my skull. I had to run as quickly as my little twig legs would allow me to get to the boot of my car and in order to get an ice pack. But once I did and I put it on my head, I was completely fine and I joined the chase to hunt this man down. However, as I caught up to the chase, the man had driven off a hill and it was then my duty to follow him as every other cop nearby was too much of a pussy to do so. He then led me down this narrow alleyway, which thanks to my extended knowledge, I knew exactly what he was going to do. He was going to wait for me to crash, get out of his car and then try and pepper me down. And that's exactly what happened, but he missed all his shots. He was so close to getting me, but I managed to get out of my car and put him to sleep. And so after this, I managed to find a better spot to park myself in and wait for the package to be stolen. The mission had almost failed as there was only a couple seconds left on the clock before the packages would be picked up and sent away. However, just seconds before, a firefight broke out and I was told to immediately drop everything I was doing, which was nothing, and then immediately go up to there and help my colleagues. I got up there and it was an absolute mess. I started peppering down so many people. I called for backup and I did everything else that I could to try and protect as many people as possible. However, once my colleagues finally arrived, my time was up with this mission and I told them to deal with the corpses and that I would be on my way. My second case would arrive when I was patrolling the street and I saw some suspicious activity going on nearby me. I tried to cut through some alleyways to make my way there as quickly as possible. However, once I arrived, I knew it was an ambush as there was a group of people trying to kill me. I called in for backup, I called in for everything. However, nothing showed up. I had to fend off all these people by myself. Good fucking timing, dickheads. No, what? Fuck you. I never liked you, Jeff. And Tony. I never liked you. So now these two late dipshits have been taken care of, it was finally time to see what was going on back here. And it was a little drug deal going on. Now I did call this in, and the chief said that I should drive it to a lockup in Sandy Shores, and I would receive some sort of bonus if I did this, and also kept my mouth shut. So I decided to just do it. You know, first day on the job, you listen to the sheriff, you know, you just do everything that you're meant to do. I managed to deliver the drugs safely to the warehouse, and the sheriff actually gave me a little bit of a bonus, so that was quite nice from him. Hopefully I can do stuff like this for him in the future, as he seems like a quite decent, nice guy and definitely not corrupt at all. It was almost time for me to lock up and end my shift. However, just before I did it, I got a call saying that I needed to protect some people as there were some attackers trying to kill them. So I turned my lights on and put pedal to the metal and got over there as quickly as possible. I managed to get over to one of the targets where his private security was already there waiting for the attackers to arrive so that they could protect him. And I managed to prop myself up in a decent location so that I could protect as well. However, tragedy struck when I got the call saying that both attackers were right next to the other two targets. So I got in my car, put the lights back on, and I put pedal to the metal once again, stuck that shit in ninth gear, and then got my way over to the attackers. I made my way over to one of the targets where an attacker was already there, and just with my presence there, he spontaneously combusted and he died right there on the spot, and that was 1 out of 2 attackers gone. However, I did not account for what the second attacker was doing, as he was making his way to the target that I had just been protecting. I had to make a choice, whether or not I stay with this vehicle, protect it with my life, or do I shoot over the mountains and try and get to the other target as quickly as possible. I decided to go for the second option. However, unfortunately, police cars aren't really built for off-road, and I just got to the top of the hill and the guy assassinated him.
A very, very sad day for me, personally.
So after a little bit of a bumpy landing, I managed to prop myself up next to the target to try and take out the attacker as he came over to me. However, he had the same idea and he stayed where he was, waiting for me to go to him. So I had only one option: get in my car and run that bitch ass over. And I did just that. Now granted, the private security did already pepper this man with bullets, however I still wanted to run him over. And that was it. Both attackers were down and there was no other signs of other attackers. However, I was still told to solve the mystery of this target. So I was told to stay by the vehicle as long as possible until they would start driving off before they started getting a bit pissed off at me. And so I did just that. I stayed right behind them, virtually, throughout the entire time, and then the timer hit 0 and that was it. I had managed to save 1 life. Now granted, there was 5 targets, but I mean 20% is still that's shit. Fuck, I'm gonna get fired. Now, because of this tragic event of only a 20% passing grade, I unfortunately had to walk into the station with my head held low as I was fired. I had to hand in my papers for the first time ever to end my shift, but also it would have been my last time. And so that brings a sad ending to my first shift ever as a police officer. What you can do to make this better is by leaving a like and subscribe. If you've watched this madness for this long, so I'm sure you did enjoy it. And also let me know if I should do this again. Just go to a different police station or go up to Sandy Shores and try it there. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section down below. Also, let me know if you want me to actually do any RP stuff, like legit RP in servers, because I've never done that before. However, some people would like to see that. So let me know what you guys think about that down in the comment section down below. But anyways, with that said, go check out my videos because I have plenty more channel for you to go watch. Hope you have a fan-fucking-tastic rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next one.